Hello everyone and welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is my Saturday evening premiere. Thank you all so much for showing up to watch this. Let's get started, shall we? If you saw my Wednesday preview, you saw that I got started on making the cut candidate from Subnautica Below Zero, the Ice Dragon. Have to admit, I really, Unknown Worlds, if you see this video, I really think that you guys and gals working that game, you guys should have put the Ice Dragon in the game. Before, I was sort of indifferent to it, but I have to admit, upon making this sculpture, it has certainly gained my fandom. I like the Ice Dragon. Hopefully someday somebody from the mod community will actually decide to bring the Ice Dragon to life. I mean, if they can bring things like the Gargantuan and the Frozen Leviathan to life, then the Ice Dragon should be a piece of cake. But, it's all good. I'm not putting any pressure. It's just, I only wish that I knew how to do that kind of stuff so I could mod it and bring it to you guys, but alas, I'm just a clay sculptor, so I can bring this anyway. So, just a little backstory. This creature was actually supposed to spawn in a place called the Deep Arctic. During one of the early builds of the game, there was actually a section of the deep part of the biome that, if you saw some of the earlier games, it was the area where you saw all the glow whales floating vertically. Very blue water. So apparently somewhere around 500 meters or so, there was actually going to be what was called the entrance to the Methane Ice Caves. And it was supposed to have ice everywhere, and there was supposed to be frozen methane that if you touched it, it would actually freeze your character, very similar to the sort of super frozen spires that come out when you go to the area where the brine wings are. And it's pretty, I don't know, Unknown Worlds, I really think that should have been done. I mean, the sea dragon in the first game was a very awesome, it was an awesome creature, and you guys didn't cut that one. And I can't believe you guys wouldn't put an ice dragon here in this biome. I don't know, it just seems like that's kind of a missed opportunity there, but who knows? Maybe that biome, and maybe if somebody could get a hold of one of those earlier builds and create a biome, I would do it myself. I just don't know how to do it. But it's really, really cool. So, according to that, so the Deep Arctic was an entrance to the Methane Ice Cave Biome, which was surrounded entirely by the Arctic biome. It was going to be the original home of the cut Ice Dragon Leviathan. Not much was known about the biome before it was cut. The Deep Arctic was removed in build 15728 after the 2019 Summer Developer Retreat. Now, the Summer Developer Retreat is where they did cut a lot of stuff out of the game, and eventually I guess they had a change of hands in management, and then they completely changed the story. And they even changed the main character's name. They changed it was from Robin Goodall to Robin Ayu is the actual name now. And, let's see, and everything below 500 meters in the biome, including the Methane Ice Caves, was completely filled in with terrain. And I'm pretty sure that's the part that actually sweeps down in the game that then eventually goes into the void, where you find the void chelicerates. And, if you're new to this channel, I did actually make a sculpture of the void chelicerate. If you want to see that, go click that right up there. Go check that out if you want. But let's not delay any further, shall we? Let me introduce you to my sculpture of the cut candidate from Subnautica Below Zero, with a few custom touches of my own. This is the Ice Dragon. Look at this. Oh man. I mean, Subnautica, would you not want to see something like this in your game? This thing looks so cool. And I did change the colors up a little bit. I did make it sort of with the contrast with the gray and this sort of iridescent light blue with white, just to give it that sort of ice look. I think it would be cool if if the gray was actually sort of a dull finish, and then this underneath was actually like a shiny finish, like a gloss. It would be like ice. And then of course, the Ice Dragon is a very different design from the other dragon in Subnautica, which is the Sea Dragon Leviathan, which is basically, I mean, you have fire and now you have ice. But look at that head. Here, let me see if I can... I'll bend the head this way. There we go. Look at those teeth. I did change up the design a little bit. There was a little bit of orange on the inside of the creature here, and I sort of accentuated it with a little more orange just to give it some contrast. I gave it the orange on the inside of the mouth, and this mouth, my gosh. The eyes are literally sort of in the center of its head, and so the mouth kind of opens where the eyes kind of stay still. But it has these blue stripes all the way down its body. And I would imagine that this creature would have a similar ability like the Sea Dragon, where the Sea Dragon was able to ingest lava and then shoot it at the player. I think this would have basically a bigger version of the same technique that the Brinewing has, where it's able to shoot super frozen salt water to be able to freeze the player. And imagine if that's what happened. Imagine you're swimming around and you go to the deep Arctic biome, and then you see this coming out of the mist, and it shoots frozen water at you, freezes you in place, and then looms over to you, and then eventually just swallows you whole. That would be amazing. But as you can see, I did put a few personal touches on it, like I said before, with the contrasting colors. I also put a little bit of purple. There's a little bit of purple here on the back of the tail. A little bit of purple here on the ends of the wings. Now, the purple would be glowing, obviously. That would be bioluminescence. But underneath the wings here, I have the individual claws that were sort of modified on the ends of these flippers. And then I don't know what this would be called. Maybe some sort of back plate or a back crest of some kind. But it has this really sort of tactile look. It's almost like a wing, sort of like a fixed wing on a car or something. It just looks really, really cool. And I got these black spikes going all the way down. And then as you see, I got the little purple right there on the ends of the wings, like I said. Then I even have some purple here on the sort of top of the head on both sides. And then I also have purple on the bottom underneath of the head right there. And I also have this little intricate design that I made that was sort of a mix of the purple and the orange, so that when you're swimming aloft, you see this symbol. And that's sort of like announcing to all the creatures underneath of you, hey, I'm the Ice Dragon. You will only see this on me, so do not... It's like a warning, I would say, to other creatures, whereas it's completely camouflaged on the top. And with the contrasting colors, it's tough to tell exactly how big or how small this thing actually would be. But this is such a cool design. Man, Unknown Worlds, you guys really, I don't know. Do you think they dropped the ball? Do you guys think that this should have been in the game? I don't know. I really think it should. If they brought in the Sea Dragon and didn't bring in this, I don't know. It just seems like a missed opportunity to me. But I gave it a few of my own personal touches, and who knows? Maybe like I said before, sometimes maybe somebody in the mod community will bring the Ice Dragon to life. I know that Anthomnia, he did a video showing that, I mean, Unknown Worlds even went as far as they already made a 3D model with textures and everything. The only thing they didn't really have was the color palette. But I love the way that the head has this sort of spines on the front that are covered with stripes, and of course it has the teeth, and then it has the sort of inner mouth, which I think that would be where it shoots the super cold, the super frozen water out. And then it has the 4 eyes. It has the 2 eyes here that face in different directions. Oops, sorry. Little spine was getting touched right there. There we go. And then the same thing on the other side. See? Look at that. And you got those eyes right there. God, what a cool looking creature. I just think that this is, I don't know. Like I said before, I think this was a missed opportunity, Unknown Worlds. You guys could have really made something amazing with this. But imagine that. Just imagine swimming in a deep biome. You see a couple of glow whales floating vertically, almost like worshipping this thing. And then when it comes out of the blue mist of the water, the blue fog, it just shoots super frozen water, freezes you in place. You try to break out, you can't quite break out, and then it just swims over really fast and then just gulp, swallows you whole. Make you think twice about swimming in the open ocean when you're around this thing. There's also some incredible pictures of this creature when it was initially being designed and it was the initial concept. But yeah, this is the Ice Dragon. The cut candidate from Subnautica Below Zero. Now, to give you guys a little bit of a teaser of what's coming up for the next sculpture for the next Saturday premiere, let me go ahead and give you guys a little teaser. So as you know, I've kind of a thing on this channel where I do like to make some of the larger creatures like Leviathans and things like that. But if we're going to be talking about large creatures, there is a big, I guess you could, well, as the euphemism goes, the elephant in the room. Or in this case, the big lizard in the room. There's a movie coming out very soon featuring this creature. And you probably already guessed it now that I'm saying it, but here's a little teaser. Next Saturday's premiere is going to be Godzilla. Oh man. This is going to be, these are two of the spines that I already started making, and I'm going to be showing a premiere or a preview on Wednesday to show off that creature. And it's going to be big. I'm going to be designing it sort of based on the newer style Godzilla, with a little bit of the old touches, of course. And I'll be putting a little bit of my own sort of personal touches in it as well, to make it a cool design. But stay tuned for that. Coming up is going to be the king of all monsters, the King Kaiju himself, Godzilla. And so with that, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like videos like this, don't forget to leave a like down below. And remember to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you never miss the next video. Like I've said before, I post videos on Tuesdays, I post a preview on Wednesday, I also post videos on Thursdays, and then the final day is Saturdays, where I post my 6 o'clock premiere. It's at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can see sculptures like this. Quite an amazing thing, huh? And so with that, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see all of you on the next Sculpture Showcase.